Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm finding out how many dragons I need to beat chess YouTuber Croissant.
Hello everybody, I'm Croissant, and I like to play chess.
The dragon moves like a knight and a bishop, and I will add one dragon each game. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, game number 1, and the only thing that I know for certain is that I have to play aggressively. You can see here if I highlight the dragon, it can move like a bishop or it can move like a knight, but objectively there's no way that a dragon is strong enough to defeat Croissant's entire army. So all I have to play off of is the aura, the mystique of the dragon.
Okay, first game. Now I want checkmate said that this moves like a knight and bishop, so with only one on the board, I don't think it should be too difficult. Yeah, a dragon piece on its own can't really do anything too bad, so there's no possible way I should be losing with only one on the board. With more on the board, I think the key to winning would just be staying calm and not getting overwhelmed with all the pieces.
I suppose centralizing it is probably my best bet. It's the only aggressive piece I have to play with. I mean, you could argue that if you only have 2 pieces, maybe you should be using the king as well, but I'm going to send him out into battle and see what I can make of it.
Okay, he goes here, which means he's only attacking these squares. There's no way he could checkmate me, so I'm gonna go here, bring out my queen, to attack his king as soon as possible.
All right, we get pawn to c5. The problem is there's nothing free. And since there's only one dragon, I can only capture free stuff. That way I won't get recaptured and lose my only aggressor. So I guess I'm kind of forced to just hang out for a little bit until something pops up. Maybe we can move back and target c5 like a knight. Oh, the queen comes out with check. Okay, since I only have 2 pieces on the board, I might as well just advance into the position.
So, I mean, we could literally just go here and trade off the dragon bishop and be winning, right? Yeah, okay, that's just the best option. We're just gonna go here. Now it's pinned to his king. He has to trade it off, and we can just take with our pawn, promote our pawn, and we just win the game.
Oh, and the queen goes back. I told you, he's not by any means a weak player. He plays queen to a6, which looks like a queen sacrifice. But what happens is now that the dragon is pinned, I can take, but then I only have the king to play with. So it's basically a wild goose chase now until I do get checkmated. So I'm going to aggressively run into the position, but realistically, I have no winning chances here. The best I can hope for is to get stalemated.
Now, I just have to make sure I don't stalemate because I do like doing that. Okay. Just here's fine. Easy. All right, first game, very easy.
But we get mated by the knight on c6, a very classy way for Croissant to end that game. Let's go to move on to 2 dragons.
Okay, if I had to guess, I'm gonna survive until, I think we could survive till 6. 6 dragons on the board. That might be a little bit generous, but I think I got it. I might be a little bit overconfident just because of how easy the 1 was, but I think we got 6.
All right, we now have 2 dragons on the board. I'm a little more hopeful now because I feel like this gives me the opportunity to set up some bamboozling sort of ideas. Now, objectively, if I allow Croissant to develop too much, I'm not going to have any chances here. I'm going to be overwhelmed by the sheer mass of pieces that I'm facing. But if I start to target the weakest squares, in this case, really f7 is what I'm talking about, I might have a chance at breaking down his defenses before they're even really created.
I like bringing my queen's pawn out just so I could bring out my light scored bishop and then bring out my queen as well because he has no pieces to defend his king besides these 2 dragons, and if my queen can start attacking his king, that would be very good for me.
Let's continue with dragon to f3. I could go to h5, but I feel like that makes my intentions a little bit too obvious. So instead I'll go to e5 and then g5 and focus my attack sort of like knights so that I can never be blocked.
You know what? I think I'm going to use the same strategy before. Just push this pawn, and if he can't really take because I have this check. He can block with here, but then I just take that. Okay, I kind of like that. Just going bing. And then once I put his king in check, it'll be a lot more dangerous for him because he only has 2 pieces to help defend his king.
Okay, we get the same idea of pawn to c5. Again, probably looking for that queen check, hitting the king from the get-go. Now, if I centralize my dragon, I'm not actually in danger there because I could be put in check, but I can shuffle out of the way. And I don't think there's any way for Croissant to force capture one of these dragons. So I think I'm just going to centralize. And if I get checked into oblivion, then I will walk around all day until it's a draw.
What does this do? This doesn't do a whole lot, I don't think. Maybe he's playing to go here and like take this. Oh wait, would that be checkmate? That would be checkmate if he did that. Okay, so we gotta be careful about that. We can go check. Then if he goes like here, what can we do? Depends where his king moves, but we can go here to defend that as well. All right, I'm just gonna be safe and play knight here. Oh wait, he can go here as well and take there. Okay, this is not good. Maybe just here then. I like that, I like that.
Hits the dragon on e5, and now we start to see a teeny tiny problem with this plan. And the thing is, since these are my only 2 pieces, and at that, powerful pieces, I have to sort of treat them like queens, right? Imagine your queen were on e5 and it got targeted by a knight, you probably wouldn't just leave it there to get traded off. So I probably just have to address address this by moving away, which is a little bit disheartening, but I don't really have a choice here. I'm also trying to keep my eyes peeled for any crazy sacrificing ideas, like check this way, the king would go back. The problem is there's no follow-up there. But I will keep my mind open to those ideas. That's how I got crushed by Stockfish when I gave Stockfish dragons to play against me. But to address the issue at hand, I guess I should just go back to f4. I mean, I really don't have much of a choice here.
I think just a check can't hurt. Boom. I also don't want to get too low on time. Okay, he's obviously attacking here. However, I think this is a good move. There's not a whole lot he could do with these 2 dragon pieces. I mean, he's attacking here, but we just have knight takes. All right, I think we're in a good position. The hardest thing is getting all of our pieces developed because I want checkmate, can develop his dragon bishop super easily. But okay, I think a check here should be fine.
Okay, we do get queen to a2, which leaves this open, which is not checkmate because of king to d7, but it is a sort of scary looking idea. So with this check, I can either move forward into it, and I think that might be okay. Well, minus this check. Or I can move backwards. The problem with moving backwards is the queen kind of comes down here and can be pretty pesky. Well, I guess these 2 cover the back rank, so maybe moving back is totally okay.
Oh, wait, this is a good idea. We go check here. If he goes back, we go queen here, and now we're guaranteed to take either of these 2. He can take my queen, but I just take with a pawn, and he has 1 dragon versus all of my pieces. I think that's the meta. Okay, let's go. Am I blundering? No. These pieces cannot take my queen.
Okay, we do get queen to b1 check, but I still don't think I'm in danger. I mean, maybe the idea isn't to repeat because that would be a little too obvious, but if I play king g2, maybe the idea is queen g6, trying to tempt me into taking, but I guess I could just move out of the way anyways. Let's go king to g2 again.
All right, I'm just gonna go for it, I think. This might be a blunder, but there's no way one of his dragon pieces can take every single one of my pieces. There's just no way.
I really have no choice but to take, right? If I make a waiting move, I sort of just wasted tempo for no reason, so I will take, and I will come in with check on c7 with the idea of taking the rook. Now here's the thing, if I do take the rook, I have no guarantee that that dragon will ever see the light of day again. c7 is covered, b6 is covered, moving like a knight, and b7 is also covered, moving like a bishop. So if I do take that rook, I think I'm just trapped there.
Wait, no, if he takes my rook, he's trapped. He can't go anywhere.
So I really don't think I have a choice but to perform a gracious exit here to b5. We get pawn to b6. Now I am running pretty low on time, so I have to make some rather quick moves, but realistically, I'm not actually playing for a win here. I'm sort of just dancing around.
Okay, we're fine. Let's bring our bishop out like we planned. From here, we could pretty much play normally and just win the game. We do have 30 seconds that we got to be careful of, but we could even just push a pawn all the way to the end of the board and get a queen.
The dragon I don't think has any real attacking chances, so I'm going to move it back to e2, but I'm not really playing for any specific ideas. Yeah, I have 7 seconds left. This pawn is as good as gone. I can play to try and stop it, but they're just going to recapture with the rook, and I think I am stuck here with my lone king. I'm going to try to move out of the way, but I'm just too low on time, and I do flag, although there was probably a ladder's mate coming in 2 more moves.
Don't run out of time. Oh, he ran out of time. Okay, we had checkmate in 2 there, I'm pretty sure. So that was a good game, though. That was a little way more stressful than the first game, though. Okay, judging by how much exponentially harder that game was, I don't know if I'm actually going to survive till 6, but I'm still hoping we can survive till 6 dragons are on the board.
Let's move on to 3 dragons. Okay, there we go. Now we have 3 dragons on the board, and I think my odds are actually very, very good now. I can play for some sneaky ideas. So I'm gonna start with knight to or rather dragon to e3. It's funny, I have a tendency to call it whatever I'm thinking of in the moment. So if I'm thinking of its movement like a knight, I will say knight. If I'm thinking of how it moves like a bishop, I have a tendency to say bishop.
I wonder if playing like an open like this would be good. Probably not. Okay. Let's see. The weak square is this one, because if you could get some pieces directed at that, I'm just dead. So to protect this square, I like doing like the French defense. So yeah, so we're gonna go here. We can bring out our knight here, which protects this square, which if one of his pieces gets there, it can attack this weak square.
But here's the sneaky plan that I'm hoping to play into. Oh no! Oh, he stopped me on the very first move. Okay, the idea was dragon to b3 and then very sneakily jump up to g5. But e6 stops that in 2 different ways. So that is a nothing burger idea now. We have to go for a different attack. Maybe c7 is a good one to go to. So let's go here. I think that makes sense. Dragon to f4, and the idea is dragon to b5, targeting c7.
What is this? He might be going for this square instead, or he may be trying to go here and attack here. I'm just gonna go for an early check. I'm not hanging my bishop. None of these pieces can attack it, so okay, he goes there. Wait a second, what if I go here? Queen f6. Then I'm attacking both of these pieces. Technically that is defended, but is a queen for a dragon a good trade? Okay, if I go here, he can obviously take this, but if he takes that, then I just take his dragon for free. So I think that's not bad. Wait, here, what does he have? This? No. Okay, I'm gonna go there because it also allows me to bring my queen into this position.
All right, we do get queen to f6. I think that hangs this. But is that any good? If I take with check, king can't move to d8 because, again, moving like a bishop, so it has to move to f8 or to e7. Now, do I actually make something of that? Because I'm kind of scared of how weak my king would be. I'm gonna risk it. I'm just gonna go for it. We'll play check, and the idea will hopefully be that these two dragons coordinated with the king are enough to fend off the bishop and the queen attack, if not even possibly sacrifice for one of the two pieces, even the bishop potentially, if it allows me to continue that attack on the enemy king.
Like, obviously I can take... Oh, I forgot it was check. Darn. Okay. See, I saw that he can take this, but I forgot that it also moved like a knight, so that was a slight mistake on my end. Here should just be fine. He can't put me in check on my bishop blocking. I can't go here, so it's either here or here. I'm just gonna do this. Now, this might look bad for me. However, his king is still wide in the open. My bishop is controlling a large percentage of these squares, and I have queen d4. This dragon is hanging. I think I have a lot going for me.
Now, we have the obvious issue of this dragon on f1 is hanging. I could defend it by moving the actual dragon out of the way, or I could defend it by bringing the other dragon into play, with the idea of threatening the bishop with check on the enemy king. And I think I like that one a lot better. I'm a little concerned about this pin. Could be a little bit restrictive, and then this idea is no longer on the board, but then maybe there's like dragon to b5, right? You sort of start to coordinate the dragons, and I think it's possible to cover quite a bit of ground there.
Oh, now he's defending his pieces. Interesting. Obviously, I can take, but then he retakes, and I think I'm losing. Interesting. Hold on. 200 IQ moment, maybe. We go here, he takes, we're gonna go queen check, and then we retake. Now, that would work, except he can throw me in check here. Oh my gosh. These dragon bishops are too overpowered. Boom, he goes check. That would be checkmate almost. I don't have to block my queen. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do I have to go back here? I have to go like here or here. All right, I'm too low on time. I don't have time to think about this.
Ooh, okay. Bishop to e7 is a good sign. It might even be the top engine move, but in my head, psychologically, I think that's a defensive move. So the question is, how do I capitalize on this newfound sort of advantage? Actually, I've just noticed that if I could get a dragon to d6, well, no, it wouldn't be mate, would it? Because there are two other pieces that can swap in to block that check. And actually, one of them creates an escape square for the king. Okay, so I don't have an advantage yet. I'll just play the dragon to e3. The problem is none of them are coordinated if I play that, which is a little bit of a scary idea. Although I really do think I'm protected, so I will play the dragon to e3.
I gotta think less because I'm kind of losing on time. Okay, this might look like a weird move, but I have a plan. I want to go check. He's gonna go here. Then I'm gonna go bishop g5. And since this pawn protects my bishop, it now skewers his dragon to his king. It might be a little bit of a far-fetched plan, but it might just work. Because if I get this queen move, the only move for him to defend this piece is to defend it with his king. This might be either a genius plan or just a waste of a move.
Okay, we get pawn to h6. Now, I don't really know what the idea of this is right off the bat. It might just be g5, which is kind of a terrifying idea that maybe he's just posted up here with a whole bunch of defensive pieces and will now run down the side of the board and challenge me to find a way to stop him from promoting. So I suppose if we're going to play for an attack, the time is now. We'll play dragon to e5, immediately targeting the queen on f6.
Uh-oh, did I just trap my queen? I gotta be honest, this isn't looking too good. I do have this move here. I have 50 seconds. Oh my gosh. Okay, boom. He can't... I don't think he can do anything. I mean, he has this, I take.
Okay, we get queen to h4, no interest in that trade, which makes sense. Oh, let's go with a tricky idea. Dragon back to c2. Now, at first glance, I'm sort of just making my position more concrete. You can see these two dragons defend each other like bishops, and the dragon and the king sit right next to each other, also defending each other, but there's a sneaky idea, which is dragon to g6 with the fork. Should they capture, I take back, but I think he sees the idea with queen to h1, so I'll move the king out of the way, but I still have hope because this is also checkmate actually.
If I could get bishop here, that would be good. I just need to protect it somehow. Okay, let's go here. We attack this. He has to defend that now.
I've just noticed that's actually a checkmating threat. So the queen goes back. I'll move the king out of the way. Now it's not a checkmating threat or a fork anymore, but maybe if I like triple up, right? Because this knight, or rather this knight, I was thinking of how it moves like a knight. This dragon, I was gonna say covers e8, but now I have check. The only move is to take with the queen, and then I take back with the dragon, which is mate, checking like a knight and covering the diagonal like a bishop. With that, we do win the game with a total of 3 dragons.
Oh, wait, it's defended. Oh my gosh. I have to take. That was my only move. My king was trapped. What? How was that checkmate? Oh my god. I totally had like winning chances there. Oh my days. I mean, like here, maybe I should have just gone check. I should have probably just gone here. That is so sad. I only survived 3? I thought I was going to survive 6 at least. Yeah, it was definitely me not developing my pieces like this move. If this plan worked, so, okay, maybe I can show you guys my plan. Boom. My plan was for him to go just like something, let's say he just went like here or something. Then I would go check. He has to go here to defend this piece. Then we go boom. And then we just win that piece. You can't defend it. It's a take. Ay.
Thank you so much to Croissant for joining me for this sort of wacky idea of a video. If you guys did enjoy watching, please consider liking and subscribing, and definitely go check out Croissant, link in the description. He makes a lot of really, really fun chess videos as well. I will see you guys in the next one.